wanna feel just a little, just a little, just a little.
All right, fitness, fellowship, and faith. Yes, folks, we are starting off here our favorite segment of the week, Faith Friday, of course. We got a couple of guests right here in studio, part of a workout community that's empowering men from all over the world through fitness, fellowship, and faith. And that's where F3 comes from. That's the name of the organization. It gained popularity during the pandemic, proving a workout for the mind, body, and soul. And we got the CEO, John Lambert, and board member, Torian Richardson, both in the building here. You know what? It was interesting to read the note. You said this kind of came about because middle-aged male loneliness is a thing that an issue that people don't even really think about, and that's kind of how this came about. Explain.
Yeah, so as men start to move through life, they move away from their friends in high school and college. They get a job, they get families. The responsibilities of life kind of creep in, and they find themselves without any of those deeper bonds that they may have had when they were younger. And coincidentally, you know, it's easier to move away from fitness and some of the other things that were important when you're younger.
Where does the faith part come into this? Because we're not necessarily just talking about religion necessarily. So how does that fitness, fellowship, faith, how does the faith play into it?
Well, ultimately it comes down to believing in something larger than yourself, right? So we don't have one particular religious affiliation, but it's that sense of belonging and believing in something larger than yourself. So we have men from all around the world of different faiths who come together and who are able to articulate that and share that in some way through utilizing the workout as the prime.
What attracted you to it?
Well, for me, I moved back to the Chicagoland area from New York to be the caretaker for my mother. And that was extremely stressful for me. Then COVID happened, and so I actually joined right before COVID. And initially it was about working out, the physicality, getting out in the gloom. This is what we call it, early in the morning. But what it turned into was that fellowship and that faith piece as a caregiver. And then my father had a stroke, and so I was really able to rely on a lot of the relationships, a lot of the connection, a lot of the bonding that we had as men because of the time that we spent in the gloom. We had a shared experience on a daily basis of just meeting and level setting in the morning and going through something difficult.
Look, this is our, we say it all the time, we've been saying it for a while, this is our favorite segment of the week here on GMA3, and it's always fun to hand it over to our Faith Friday guests. And again, absolutely, these are the first Faith Friday guests we've had with workout gear on. So this is kind of cool. Well, I'll hand it over to you. Give our viewers maybe some inspiration or some wisdom going into the weekend.
Something that I actually learned from F3, or one of my F3 brothers, is to be grateful and intentional. So what I try to do every Friday, I utilize Fridays as TGI Friday, Thankful, Grateful, and Intentional Friday. So I would challenge our viewers just to take one aspect of the day, think about what you can be thankful and grateful for, and be intentional in articulating that to someone else, or, you know, a positive act towards someone. And then get out of your comfort zone, as John said, come out in the gloom, join some of the packs, and I guarantee you it'll be transformative for your life.
Come out in the gloom doesn't sound so inviting, but we get the point. We get the point. Fellas, this is cool because I didn't know about it, and maybe a lot of folks don't, and maybe it's not a lot of stuff out there focused on men in that age group going through what you're talking about and they have in their lives. So, fellas, it's really good to have you here in studio. All right?
Thank you
so much.
Appreciate it.
Folks, stay with us here on GMA3 when we come back.